As always with the Church of Uranus, it's not exactly clear what's going on. So I will do the very quick summary for the new people who are like, Aaron's just a wonderful guy harassing Scientologists. He's doing real work, unlike you. So the basic gist is, and I got to be perfectly honest, it's very few videos, if any, on anti-Scientology. At least the older version of Aaron did a few interviews with people who left Scientology. Did a substantive anti-Scientology video here and there, but most of it was just celebrity gossip and him talking about himself. Well, now he's just merged the two topics and slammed them together with this spate of videos on Shelly Miscavige, the alleged missing wife of David Miscavige, and how Scientology seems to have just kidnapped her, or is she kidnapped? We don't quite know. So Aaron is trying to, I guess, destroy the reputation of Mike Rinder and a lot of people associated with the Aftermath program. To what end? I don't know, because as usual, he's lying a lot. Now, granted, he's not lying as he was before. Like, some of the early videos that he did with Jenna are pretty much just outright lies. He was just getting very basic things wrong. Again, whether the Find Shelly Miscavige movement is a good idea or not, there are some basic facts here, right? In terms of when people try to file a missing persons report, so on and so forth. And Aaron just magically forgot a few years to fit his, I guess, narrative that the Aftermath people have been hoodwinking and abusing and tricking all the beautiful black people, but he and Jenna are the true Malcolm X here. They will truly liberate black masses. Right. Because, they were working hard in the field. They're not a bunch of sellouts. They're no Uncle Toms. Well, as always with his revisionism, several problems emerge. For one thing, Aaron was working on the Aftermath show, so he thought this was all a fraud or just a waste of time or a scam. He's a part of it, right? So apparently Mike Rinder, Tom DeVach, don't trust them. They were on the Aftermath lying about Shelly. I wasn't in that particular episode, so I'm innocent. No, that's not how logic works, Aaron. Like, just because you're in the propaganda division of the Hitler army and other people are working on the Air Force, that's not a real difference. You still go to jail. You would be charged with war crimes. So if the whole thing was a scam, you were part of it. You were selling it. You benefited from it. He has a big YouTube channel because the Aftermath show helped promote him. So it's just dumb. It's really dumb. But that's his quest to magically be there, but not there at the same time on the Aftermath show. It's also just magics that Render and Tom DeVach and the others, they were witnesses to crimes and they're not talking, so therefore we don't trust them. Oh, they need to go to the FBI right now. They need full admission confessions. Did Aaron witness any crimes? No, magics. He didn't witness any crimes in Los Angeles, which is filled with Hollywood people, filled with scandals and filled with Scientologists. Somehow magics. He just, I just never saw it. Yeah, okay. And Jenna's helping him out with the lying and propaganda, saying, when you really think about it, the true tragedy of Shelly is this. We're not concentrating on me, Jenna's. That's apparently the high crime of the Aftermath show. It wasn't the Jenna show. They spent some time on Shelly. And when you really think about it, like, Shelly was kind of complicit. She's evil. Who cares? Right. Well, correct me if I'm not wrong. I thought Jenna literally took a vacation. She just spent all those years to raise her family. She chose to go away from the public spotlight. She made a decision not to be too much in the media. So she's saying that the Aftermath show deliberately excluded her, that they were censoring her. She's Noam Chomsky. She could only, talk to PBS at 2 a.m. for 15 minutes before they shut her down. She's Rage Against the Machine here, Public Enemy, like NWA. Is that what she's claiming? They're putting a sticker on her performances. I don't know. It's all quite silly. It's really quite silly. But unlike the others, I do try to at least be a little fair, and they do raise some points that are legit. I mean, there is something weird that people are alarmed over Shelly, but the other missing people, like Heber, people don't really seem to care. Like, why is no one really caring about where's Heber? Heber has been missing for a very, very long time. Again, it's the same situation. He's probably guilty of many crimes, but still, when you disappear a president of your organization, that's pretty shocking. So you have all these top executives that are just like disappearing. They're gone. Where'd they go? Where are they? don't know, or we have a vague idea where they are, but can't talk to them, right? Can we at least, hear them? No, no, no. The handlers will tell you they're doing okay. They're just, they're busy with their breakfast. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. They haven't officially disappeared. They're there. They're in the building. We checked. They're fine. Can we see them? No, no, no. They're practicing their Scientology. You don't want to disturb their deep religious meditations on L. Ron and David Miscavige talking about himself. I mean, they have a right to their religion and everything. Yada, 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 yada. So I'm a little torn because I am going to be honest here. I honestly thought she was missing. Not, oh, she's missing, quote, missing. Like, she's missing, but kind of not missing. I thought she was really missing. So I was really shocked. But apparently she's like nominally missing. Like, yeah, she's missing, but we kind of know where she is. She's in one of the California bases and probably eating a lot of lobster, French fries, hamburgers, and being served by slave girls, which really irks Jenna because she's one of those slave girls. Does she get irked by little kids being enslaved? No, not really. She doesn't seem to get irked by Palestinian children getting massacred by the Israelis. So children who end up being murdered or abused don't really concern her. It's only if she can do the spotlight herself. Then it's like, oh, the children, I'm so beautiful. But unless the child is victimized in a way to make her look good, then it's like, I really don't care about that. What about that child? I don't care about that child either. And we continue onwards and onwards with we are faking concern with these victims, but we're not really going to do anything except open up a new TikTok. That's how we stop the Scientology. This is how we contribute, guys. The TikToks, well, we can't really save children. I'm going to keep talking about children and talk about, we stop the new people. That's stopping Scientologies. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Almost like that's also why it's also been frustrating. Right. In many instances, when ex-Scientologists have been like, yeah, but Shelly's not really missing, or she's at the base, to then have Lee like, you don't know that, or you can't be sure, or you can't prove this. Like, wait a second. Your TV show is the one that said she wants to be there. Right. Why are you now trying to silence people who are just continuing to reaffirm the message you broadcast on your own TV show? Right. Yes. Yeah. From people who actually knew Shelly, not you, who didn't know Shelly.
I loved as he's finishing saying this, literally Aaron is drinking, as usual, some liquid beverage. And you're like, yeah, you can't take it as so serious. And by the way, Jenna looked like a zombie while he was talking. Like, I mean, putting aside the obvious logic, physical problems here, Jenna's a small kid. Yes, I'm sure physically she's interacted with Shelly a lot. Maybe other people interacted with her less. But I would think Mike Rinder interacting with Shelly makes more sense because he's an adult. He would know way more than her, right? Jenna's in an isolated place. She's at a camp, right? She herself complains, like, all they did was, picking up them rocks. So what, she sees Shelly a few times and works with the rocks, she gets magical knowledge powers? That's not how it works. Meanwhile, good or bad, Rinder is probably at a lot of critical meetings where Shelly's there, so he can talk about the meetings that Shelly was in. Can Jenna do that? No. I mean, yes, there is something here. Again, they are raising a point. Although, again, they're not really telling the whole truth, right? Yes, on paper, Jenna is, right, the niece of Shelly, right? That is technically her aunt. But that's not from her side of the family, right? The Shelly family is not the Miscavige family. That family's from the legal thing of marriage, right? This is not her biological kin. It's not like Jenna knew, right, Shelly and the Shelly clan, that they go back decades and decades. That's not her side of the family. It's the complete opposite. Her side of the family is the Miscavige side of the family. So, how would she know Shelly at a deep, intimate level? How? That's not your family, really, right? This is a niece-aunt relationship through legality, right? Through marriage. It's not because that's literally your blood aunt. That's a different story. So it's just things like that. You're like, wait a minute. You're kind of distorting what happened. Also, right? Just because you have an influential Hollywood person on a doesn't mean they control everything, right? Aftermath show is a collection of different producers coming together. It's not like the Hollywood star controls and does everything. That is simply not true. That is not how it works in Hollywood. It is very rare for the star to be the presumptive controlling agent of everything. That is not how it works, right? In fact, it's really hilarious because that's insulting to Aaron and his own credibility. It's like, well, then what were you there for? Why does she need you? What were you doing? Right? She's doing everything. So what were you there for? Oh, she's like, no, I was helping her. Well, is she in control completely or not? Yeah. So there is some guiltiness here and revisionism, but it's by him, not by them. There's still consistency in their stories. Also, that's not necessarily a lie. Emphasizing different aspects of a tragedy doesn't mean the person lied. There are different aspects to a tragedy. Emphasizing one aspect does not mean you lied about the other aspects. That's not how truth and lies work. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, good or bad, I will agree that it does gain traction for other issues, right? It does attract attention. But I do agree with Aaron. We should be more honest about it. But was there this large conspiracy? I don't know. It doesn't provide evidence there was, and if there was, wasn't he a part of it? So it's as always just very very confusing. Like, what is the point they're trying to make? Really, it's like build up their TikTok followers. I don't know. I don't know. Just seems more silliness to me. But hey, I will be patient and look more through the video. But I'm not sensing what the big scandal is that they uncovered.